Studio 2 status check.
Studio 2 standing by.
Internal lighting.
Lighting circuits 1 through 7 up and standby.
Actuate all lighting.
Lighting is go.
Set status -20.
Set is go.
Cameras.
Camera operate lights are go. Horizontal and vertical scan is normal.
Audio check.
Audio is go. All levels 100%.
-18. Rear screen status.
Rear screen is on standby. Energized.
Remote location report.
All remote stations on standby.
Videotape.
Videotape recorders 1 through 4 loaded on standby.
Stand by to roll VT.
6, 5,
Roll VT.
4, 3.
Check VT.
Good afternoon and welcome to the morning edition of News Scene. I'm your anchorman, Mark Griffith. Today's news is not the normal death, destruction, violence, blood, and gore you hear about every day and so enjoy. No, friends, tonight in the morning news, we intend to report the peculiar portions of the poorest populace precluded from presentation in the popular production of printed, published, and pandered probes of popular proclivities. Who wrote this garbage? And sports today, Louis Gould tells me the golf team is whacking off again to no avail. And our crack Cuban meteorologist, Hernando Revolver, reports there's no weather today, just a few highs around the country.
This is News Scene, a bi-weekly student news presentation of Florida Atlantic University's student television system. And now, News Scene anchorman, Mark Griffith.
We know people go downtown to work each day, but if you have ever wondered why they use the subway, is it merely convenience of a mass transit system? Is it the psychological and sociological rewards of personal interaction? Or do they simply enjoy going down on trains?
Hey, what are you doing there, buddy?
Mind your business.
Hey, now, buddy.
Give it to me.
That's
Give it
my
to me.
purse.
Give it to me.
My
It's
purse.
my purse. Give it to me.
Your purse. That's the lady.
Give it to me.
My purse! Dear me.
What are you, a good citizen or something?
Oh, shut up.
Take it easy, boy. Thieves on the subway.
Really obnoxious.
What's it to you? Nothing out of your pocket.
Just, what is this? What is this behind me? Get back, what
It's
are you
just
doing?
my arm.
God, the weirdos on this place, honest to God.
Did you have a terrible day, my lady, spending your money?
Listen, it is none of your business what I have done at all.
Really?
Dear me, honestly. Just totally exhausted.
And you, what do you do for a living around here? Clean the sewers?
You're really nosy. Really.
What stop are you getting off at?
Stop. Stop. Oh my God. This is my stop. Listen, thank you.
Good going. Good going. Not bad. Fourth one today.
Right. Next time, I steal the purse.
News Scene will return after these few short messages.
By the 1870s, vast numbers of Americans had settled in urban areas far across the country. The demand for meat in the big cities would soon outstrip the regional supply. But a man by the name of Gustavus F. Swift had a solution. an icebox on wheels. It took him 10 years to get his concept accepted. But by 1880, refrigerator cars were delivering fresh meat, fruit, and vegetables all across the land. Swift's pioneering efforts helped change an industry. The business he founded is now a major part of S-Mart, one of the country's largest and most diversified companies. This has been a presentation of the Chamber of Commerce of the United States, a celebration of America's bicentennial.
Intruder-cam cameraman Fidel Kowalski and reporter Notella Siegel filed their long-awaited, nearly live report on cultural, intellectual pursuits of the SLA. So here it is, the SLA meets the SWAT at the YMCA for FUN. Oops, I mean fun.
Come on, are you gonna bet?
All right, calm down. Take it easy. What's your big hurry? We've been here all night. We're at the last bet. What are you worried about?
I want to get home.
Really? I gotta get up tomorrow morning and go fishing. Oh.
You and Myrtle the Sagging Turtle going fishing together tomorrow?
No, we're not going fishing together tomorrow.
Will you get rid of that cigar smoke with his wife's armpits?
$20.
That's all you got?
I paid
See, you're 20 and raise you 30. Did you get rid
See,
of
you're
that
20,
cigar?
you're 30, and raise you 10.
Put the cigar out. You woke him up.
I'm gonna put my cigar out.
All right already.
Come
Will
on.
you bet?
Jeez, maybe I will put the cigar out.
Are you
Keep him
through?
off my arm.
Come on,
20.
bet. 30.
Oh, come on.
20.
30.
10.
30, 20, 10. 20.
30.
10.
20. 10, 30.
No.
20.
30.
10.
20, 30, 10.
Jesus, Judy's
20.
Give me, you know that.
I get out for my wife to come here and
30.
babysit for this one.
He's not. If he doesn't shut
10.
up, I'm gonna put him in the closet
And
with the other
You
one.
just call him. All right.
Are you all done?
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
What is that?
2 goofies.
$3 Donald Ducks.
4 Mickey Mouse.
4 gophers and a free beaver.
You know what I could say about that? Your wife's got a dog face.
It's all your fault.
My fault.
Yeah.
I didn't see what he had. I didn't invite him. It's your party.
What's your signal?
My signal. Just to take him and he took us.
In keeping with this program's responsibility to the community to present the widest range of programming to the public interest and importance, we turn up to the area of classical music and one of the most beautiful and mellow instruments, the classical guitar. New Scene's featured artist, Phil Sanzone. And now, here's Luscious Louie, who herself has caught quite a few sideline passes. And so here she is, folks, Luscious, lovable, Lefty Louie, a sport for all sports.
Hi, I'm Luscious Louie with Sports for Sports. The Boca Bombers hockey team recently was suspended from the National Hockey League for the illegal use of a trick, radio-controlled hockey puck which enabled them to completely prevent the other team from scoring. National Hockey League President Calvin Commissar reportedly told the team to get the puck out. Officials report that an Olympics event is going through a change of name. The broad jump competition has been renamed the long jump. Apparently, women are getting taller than they used to be. The National Basketball Association recently announced this year's Most Valuable White Player Award. This year's award was given to Lucius Harlem. Lucius, in accepting the award, said, "I am truly honored to be the first black man to receive this award," whereupon the announcer advised him there were no longer any white players in the league. In international sports, we have a report on the National Italian-Polish Polo Playoff. Our man on the scene reported that when the halftime whistle blew, the Italian team sauntered off the field thinking the game was over. 3 plays later, the Polish team scored the winning point. How's that for a whopping chucker? In international soccer, the London Loonies were pitted against the Belfast Blarneys in a fisticuff tournament. With the score tied, in a desperate move, the Blarneys, in keeping with their cultural tradition, literally blew the London Loonies to bits. The FAU varsity golf team stroked its balls to victory in the Shenandoah Shaft tournament held at the Menage-a-Bank Country Club in Pristine Springs, Florida. Individual players were awarded booby prizes for their inches from the cup. Mr. Clyde Orris was low man for the tournament. In this afternoon's baseball game, we have a partial score, Philadelphia 4. In this evening's Boca Stakes race, the 3 favorite horses are Creech's Creature, Stevie's Wonder, and Harass. One of these 3 horses will undoubtedly go on to the Kentucky Derby as the favorite. Excuse me. Oh, I have just been handed a bulletin. Harass will not be running in this afternoon's race. Those of you keeping tabs on the race should scratch Harass. The West Palm Beach Expo superstar Steve Gregg has been called the Boy Wonder. Reliable sources have it that not only are the boys wondering about Stevie, the girls are too. News Scene will be right back after this short message with more sports.
Hi there, ladies. Dr. Ferdknocker here with an amazing new discovery that you won't want to be without. I'm talking about new Dr. Ferdknocker's amazing disappearing spray. That's right, you heard it right, disappearing spray. You know all those times you wish you could disappear but couldn't? Well, now you can with Dr. Ferdknocker's disappearing spray. You want to check up on your husband? Well, now you can with new amazing Dr. Ferdknocker's disappearing spray. Let me demonstrate to you how it works. All you do, you spray the spray all over your body, and then you wait, and shortly you will begin, as I am doing here, to disappear right before your very eyes in this amazing, unsimulated demonstration. That's right, you're gone. And now, Dr. Ferdknocker's disappearing spray will give you a new freedom. That's Ferdknocker. Remember the name. Reappearing spray sold separately.
Do you suffer from the dry, frizzy look? Then it's time to go back. Yes, go back to the wet look. Just a few sprays and your hair mats down so it won't get in your way any longer. This new formula PT 96.3 helps keep hair wet and slick all day without recombing. So if you're tired of that dry look, come back to the slick look.
All across the country, sports fans are banding together in a special kind of brotherhood to brave all elements against all odds, to witness the essence of competition, 2 teams evenly matched against one another for a very special purpose, to beat the bloody hell out of each other.
Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Olives! Get your fresh olives! Olives! Look at what they're doing! Go! 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 Olives! Olives! Get him, Lons! Get him! Come on! Get him! Get him! What's wrong with me? Oh! Easy, come on. Take it. Move up front. Eat, come on. Come on, sit and eat and feel better. There you go. In. Come on. Rocks! Get your rocks! I'll find those. Thank you. Rocks! That's right. Get up!
In the Spalding's Better Balls mixed doubles tennis tournament, the couples, in their endeavor to complete the set, reached new heights of ecstasy in lobbing Spalding's balls over the net. In coeducational touch football, the all-female mother truckers, in an attempt to blow their opposition off the field, scored an impressive victory against a fit-to-be-tied Fonza Snitches squad. The well-disciplined Sicilian team, under the direction of Sodomus Fondagimus, attempted a frontal approach but reverted to their natural instincts. Unfortunately, they were forced to retreat and were beaten in the end. Dick the Bruiser, the great white hope of American boxing, with a record of 24 wins and only 3 convictions, tonight takes on Dixie Darlin, the 16-year-old sweetheart of the South, in a 10-round championship battle. It is expected that Dick the Bruiser will have no difficulty in beating our Dixie Darlin to a bloody pulp. Be sure to watch Dick Deck Dixie or Dixie Deck Dick. This is Louis Gould with Sports for Sports. Sports.
Through a bit of divine intervention, New Scene's Tom Walkenoff now presents his interview with Miami Beach vacationer Noah.
Noah. Noah. Noah.
No more rain. No more rain.
Noah. Tom Walkenoff here. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Of course, Tom, yes.
Tell me, Noah, how do you like being here on Miami Beach?
Well, really am enjoying myself here, Tom. Beautiful weather and all, nice sea breeze, really having a
Great.
good time.
Listen, I'd like to ask you a few questions for our viewers. I guess the first most important thing is, what brings you here to Miami Beach?
Well, Tom, we're here for 2 reasons. One being the Veterinarians Convention, and the other being that I am a special emissary for one of the presidential candidates on the Democratic ticket.
Oh, which one there?
Church, Frank Church.
Frank Church. Tell me, Noah, how did you arrive at Church for your support?
Well, he likes the name.
I can see the connection.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I see out in the distance there your ark is anchored. Tell me, did you bring the animals with you today?
Oh, yes, they're here. When I got my invitation to come to the convention, the Veterinarians Convention, I noticed that down at the bottom they had printed in parentheses, bring your own.
Yes, well, no, I think that was for the liquor.
Oh, no, Tom. No, we don't drink liquor. We drink wine, and only then on special occasions.
Special occasions.
Yes.
Yes, well, if the animals are with you now on the ark, exactly what are they doing out there?
Well, actually, we're in the middle of one of our Caribbean cruises that we take about every other year. It gives the animals a chance to reacquaint themselves with each other, to find out how their families are doing, what they've been doing since the flood, and things like that. But mainly, it's just a time to relax. They're playing shuffleboard, playing cards, watching some movies, listening to some nice little rock groups, things like that, you know.
Oh, you have rock groups on board there.
Yes, Tom. We've had some of the finest groups in the world. We had the Beatles played one year, the Animals, the Monkees, Country Joe and the Fish, Seals and Croft are they're performing in about 15 minutes out there.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Well, with all the activity going on out there, how do you find time to take care of things like feeding the animals, for example?
Oh, no problem with that. We have it delivered. He takes care of that.
Getting friends in high places.
Yeah.
Well, tell me, Noah, one last question about the Ark. With all the friends in high places you've got and all the other problems taken care of, is there anything that you had to personally deal with?
Oh yes, Tom. There was one incident we had that caused a bit of tension there on the Ark. A couple of the color TVs in the lounges took out, and it caused some of the animals to miss some of their favorite programs, and that was a little tense for a while.
Tell me, Noah, I have to ask for our viewers at home,
Yeah.
exactly what are the favorite programs of the animals?
Well, Tom, one of the big ones, Wild Kingdom, they really like that. Another one is Captain Kangaroo, really draws them in. Of course, the reruns of Lassie, Gentle Ben, Rin Tin Tin, things like that, they really like that.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Tell me, Noah, when you are out there at sea and it's raining and everything, how do you possibly navigate that Ark?
Tom, the burning cloud. He thought of everything.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Yes, he did. Well, Noah, back to your trip here to Miami Beach.
Yes.
In between conventions and supporting church and this type of thing, what do you plan to do?
Well, Tom, there's not too much we really plan on doing. Just relax, rest a little bit. One of the things that I do have to do, the only commitment I do have, is that I have to check into Mount Sinai.
You're going in the hospital. Are you feeling ill?
Oh, no, Tom. It's just something about picking up some tablets for Moses.
Tablets for Moses.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, Noah, I know you're a busy man. I don't want to hold you any longer.
Yeah.
I really appreciate on the part of our viewers for you answering these few questions with us. Have a very good stay while you're here.
Thank you, Tom.
Certainly, Noah. Nice seeing you again.
Yeah, don't step in that.
Must watch that.
Yeah.
This is Tom walking off, bringing you another in-depth news scene on the scene.
Thank you, Tom Walkenoff. A few tasteless individuals out there insist on sending the station letters containing the most personal, intimate, and disgusting problems. Our wastebasket is full, so we decided to read some of them on the air and have our own bucolic busybody, the Empress of Etiquette, the Mahatma of Morals, the Abdomen of Advice. Alicia responds to these letters.
That's why the lady, that's why the lady, that's why the lady is a tramp.
Hello there, my name is Alicia, and we are going to read some letters today. Let's take the first one now.
Dear Alicia, what can I do about acne? I've tried everything. Creams, jellies, injections, pumice stone, dieting tablets, and mud packs. But no matter what I do, my skin still remains smooth and clear. Can you buy acne? Yours, hopefully, R. Bradstore, Wiggleward.
Dear R. Bradstore, please believe me when I tell you that sex is absolutely normal for people of all ages and between everyone and anyone, except filthy parents who should be castrated and locked away forever. Honestly, hanging is too good for them. Love and understanding will go a long way towards curing all the ills in the world, except nasty, filthy perverts who should be put down at once. And now our second letter.
Dear Alicia, can you settle a family argument? My parents say that black and white television is really color, but I maintain that color TV is really black and white. Who is right? Puzzled Wakefield.
Dear Puzzled, sex is one of God's greatest gifts, along with nudity, golf, and wrestling. Please try to understand that no matter how dirty your desires may seem, they are perfectly normal. P.S. I am sending you some leaflets. Good, aren't they? And our next letter.
Dear Alicia, our dog Nipper has just won a seat in the U.S. Senate. Will he have to be vaccinated? Yours, J. Wilcox Preston.
Yes, Mr. Wilcox. I am afraid that all U.S. senators must be vaccinated. And our last letter.
Dear Alicia, I have a problem. You see, I have bad breath. Also, I am quite ugly. I am so embarrassed about this, and I don't know who else to turn to for confidential advice. I'm too shy to ask my family doctor, and I would just die if anyone ever found out. Name withheld. Well, actually, it's Betty Roper's 32, The Cuttings, Bolton. Telephone 0123495.
Dear Betty, how many times must I keep telling you that sex is fun? You like it. I like it. Everybody likes it. Mr. Robinson from the office likes it twice a day, as a matter of fact.
That's why the lady, that's why the lady, that's why the lady is a tramp. Tramp.
New Scene will be right back with Hernando Revolver and the weather.
Father, I wonder if you'd mind trying one of our donuts.
Thank you. This donut has no hole in it.
Yes, I know. Dalton Donuts believe in giving people more for their money. That's why we filled up the hole.
You did this to a donut for money?
Yes. Won't you just try one?
I'm sorry. I do not approve of your product.
Father, it really makes no difference. Dalton Donuts are just as nutritious and just as wholesome without the hole.
Wholesome? It is a sacrilege.
Really, I wish you'd just try
I
one.
will not.
I don't understand why you disapprove of our donuts.
They're unholy.
Dalton Donuts, unholy to some, but wholesome to most. Dalton Donuts, the unholy donuts.
S&R, yes, S&R Turtle Chowder. If you want a taste adventure on novelty food, try this turtle chowder. S&R Turtle Chowder is made from the freshest ingredients. In today's concern for a healthy diet over heavily salted foods swimming in preservatives, S&R stands apart. There is no salt or additives in S&R Turtle Chowder. Only freshwater turtles are used. The young tender shells of our freshwater baby turtles are not removed. They go right into the can with their owner, adding valuable plastron to its nutrients. Each turtle is individually hand-scrubbed clean. Then they're popped into the can, lovingly warmed over a gentle heat. All this careful preparation of S&R Turtle Chowder. It's great. Try it.
In an insincere and short-lived attempt to be liberal, New Scene presents its Latin apology, Hernando Revolver. Hernando, wake up.
Hey,
Hernando.
what are you doing
Hey,
hitting me?
Hernando.
You like me to
Whoa.
hit you? I can kick you too, man. My name is Hernando Revolver en mi weather. El clima hoy en Perú está 9 sobre la casa de Pele. El resto de Perú es caliente and es buen para día comer huevo. Oh, English. There has been a prevailing high in Colombia for years now. It's true. Everyone is high in Colombia. I'm not janking your food here, man. The climate is ripe for a revolution in Ecuador today if the CIA would deliver the weapons. Unfortunately, due to the lack of ties, the boat has not arrived. But enough of this political jargon. Now for the local weather. Ay, carona. No local weather. Just a minute, I will check out the window. Ay, carona! It's raining gatos y perros. My burro is soaking wet. It's raining balas and pussies out there. Yo soy Fernando Revolver y la Clima. Oh, this has been Fernando Revolver and the weather. Muy buenas tardes.
The debate is presently raging as to whether or not rock music has any artistic merit and a place in musical history. This reporter disagrees completely. In response to overwhelming requests, New Scene presents Mask. Many of us think that the average person on the street has nothing to say worth listening to. We agree. But since we're required by law to vocalize a silent majority, we now present our man on the street, once again, our own street walker, Tom Walkenoff.
Hi, Tom Walkenoff here with another news scene and true to camera report. Sir, my name's Tom Walkenoff, and we're doing an interview on the street. And I'd like to ask you what you think of the new metric system. How do you think these new set of figures are going to affect your life? Yes, and the new set of figures, sir. Yes, well, people are a little strange these days. Yes, some more people coming. Hello. I'm doing an interview on the street here for television, and I was just curious, how do you think Ford's ideas are going to be? Are they really better ideas?
We are very happy to be in your country.
Yes, well, we're very glad to have you in our country, but tell me, how do you think about President Ford? Do you think he really has better ideas? Excuse me. Do you think President Ford really has better ideas for this country?
Oh, I am very happy to be in your country.
Yes, well, very good, very good. Yes, tell me, do you gentlemen take an interest in the politics of our country? Yes. You want a right? I never could write Chinese. Do you really think President Ford's going to do a good job for this country?
We are very happy to be in your country.
Very, very happy country, yes. Bye. Hello, my name's Tom Walkenoff, and we're doing a little bit of interviewing on the street. I was just curious, with all the fast food services going on today, how do you feel about the Big Mac or the Whopper?
Well, you know, I've had both, but I really can't remember which one I like the best.
Yes, well, again, not too many people have much to say on the street these days. I'm hoping that, yeah, seriously, excuse me, sir. You all right there? You all right? That's all right. Hold on to this pole now. This pole will take good care of you. Good care of you. Yes, my name is Tom Walkenoff, and we are trying to determine how people feel about consumer products. Do you think the plop plop fizz fizz is really the relief they say it is?
Plop, plop.
Yes.
Plop.
Yes.
Fizz. Oh, what a relief.
It was to have strange people on these streets today. We're going to try one more time now. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
My name's Tom. Stepped in something there, I see.
Yes.
Well,
you like dogs?
Yes, not really, for that reason.
Neither do I now.
I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the B-1 bomber issue?
B-1 bomber. Well, I'll tell you. Tom, is it?
Yes, Tom it is.
Yeah, well, Tom, I don't really know too much about those things, but my wife says that it's probably one of the best feminine hygiene deodorants she has ever used.
Yes, well, I'm afraid you don't quite understand the question.
Yeah,
the B-1 bomber issue, it's not a feminine hygiene spray.
Well, I really don't shave. I could shave with it. You brush your teeth with it. Is that it?
Yes, well, not quite. You
Not
see,
quite,
the B-1 is this big plane they've spent millions of dollars on, and we were just curious how the average person in the street reacted to so much money being spent.
Well, I really don't care. I'll tell you, I don't fly. I usually take a train or walk.
Yes, well.
Hopefully where there's not dogs.
Yes, right.
Gotta get this off here.
You
But
are
nice talking to
pretty
you.
high. Yes, of course. Any time. Well, hello there. How are you? Good. My name is Tom Walkenoff, and we're doing interviews, and I noticed that you're wearing a Cub Scout shirt. Are you in the Cub Scouts?
Uh-huh.
Why did you get into the Cub Scouts?
Because I like little boys.
Oh, you know, little boys sometimes have amorous intentions towards their instructors and whatnot. Tell me, how do you handle these little amorous intentions?
Like this?
Yes, well, I noticed that you have a lot of badges on your shirt.
Oh, yes.
Can you tell me the story behind a couple of those?
Oh, yes, see, this one right here? It's when I took them all on.
Oh, you mean you took them all on a camping trip?
No, I took them all on.
I see.
Oh, I'm getting
Yes,
up. You just
yes. Well, that's
second and
very
third.
fine. Yes.
I lost the first one.
And
this is Mason Ridge.
Thank
it's
you.
496 at Mason Ridge
Yes.
in Denver.
Yes. Yes, of course. The people on the streets these days are really very strange. We have not been able to. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Could you all go down the street here? We're trying to conduct an interview, and yes, I know. Yeah, it's very nice to be in our
How
country.
much? How much? Too much. How much?
Yes.
Too much. I am very happy to be in your country.
I am very happy to be in your country.
How much?
How much?
Too much. Too much.
Too much. Too much.
Coming up, New Scene's interview with books and a barely proper editorial. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Come here. See this can of dog food? This can of offal? It ain't all meat. It's all... Listen, I'm gonna make you a proposition you can't turn down. It's good. After all, what the hell does Ed McMahon know about it? Did you ever see Ed eat dog food? It's like if you get sick, you see a doctor, right? If you want to know about dog food, you come to a dog. And I don't mean your wife. Come here a little bit, closer. Listen, I have it straight from the God Pooch, man. If you don't buy this dog food, he's gonna let a contract out on you. And that's right, a hit dog, man, a button hound. And you know what that means. If you don't buy this, all the dogs in the neighborhood will relieve themselves on your front yard. So buy it, see?
In these days of women's liberation, we girls need to know that there's something for us to use that won't tie us down. And when it comes to birth control, the best and easiest method is the morning after pill. It's so simple, no mess or worry about when to take it. And this is so important since we never know exactly when we'll need it. There's no need to bother your partner either. He'll never be pestered by some of the other methods on the market now. The morning after pill is recommended by many physicians as one of the safest birth control methods commonly used. In fact, 4 out of 5 doctors recommend this pill rather than the good old standby, the birth control pill. The morning after pill is available without prescription at Walgreens, Super X, and Eckerd drugstore. Remember our jingle.
In Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451, the police burned books. You are about to meet a set of books that unfortunately missed. Bringing you the full cover-to-cover story is New Scene's Preston Binder with Intrudicam.
Breaker, breaker to the passengers in the back. This is your friendly pilot. Make no mistake. Sorry we don't have a stewardess with us today, but you can entertain yourself by listening to my tapes, except for the ones I've burned. It looks like we've got a clear sky ahead and no smokies up there, so we can make a pretty good time in this little buggy here.
You're a nice little boy. Does anybody have a pillow or something?
Hey,
Ah.
come back here. I'll give you an offer you can't refuse. What's the matter, you?
Passengers, this is your friendly pilot again. Don't panic, but I think we might crash. Looks like we're gonna have another one in 76. Don't panic now, just be cool, put on your life jackets because looks like the sea we're going down into. Don't panic now, don't get upset or anything. Everything's, oh my God. Don't panic.
In keeping with our policy of exposing you to new and vibrant aspects of the human condition, laying bare previously heretofore untouched sociological, institutionalized fundamentals of civilization, New Scene's E.T. Worthingham Wetherington IV presents his barely proper editorial presentation.
Good evening. The city's plan to create a nude bathing beach has apparently been a complete bust. Police, eyeing nude bathers and finding them bending over, have made the decision to crack down. One nude bather replied, "We may be gone tomorrow, but we're here today." It was reported that a nearby camera store was doing a brisk business. Frenwick Clerk, the proprietor, reported that some 20% of the people buying film to shoot at the beach had apparently forgotten their cameras. Binocular sales were up, as were the spirits of many of the bathers and more than a few of the spectators. Police, citing problems in crowd control, elected to close the beach, and when bathers refused to disperse, Police Sergeant Stephen Frisk said, "There's more than one way to skin these cats." New Scene believes that there is a place for nudity. I believe there's a place for nudity. How about my place at 9 o'clock? The mayor, upon being questioned and asked why he supported this beach, said, "I have never supported this beach. Your statement is a bare-assed lie." New Scene feels that aircraft flying over the beach should maintain their normal flight levels and not swoop down to Copper Peak. Nudity has been criticized in that it leaves nothing to the imagination. New Scene believes that if you have nudity, who needs imagination? The nude sunbathers have had to suffer the consequences and criticisms of ridicule by members of the community. New Scene feels that these innocent victims should no longer be forced to turn the other cheek.
Folklore has it that a good place to eat is where truck drivers stop. New Scene decided to verify this old wives' tale and found a diner, a parking lot full of trucks. Inside, what we discovered was the holder of the world's record for food poisoning in a single evening and in an entire season. The proprietor of the Road Hazard Diner, Salmonella.
This food is awful. Look, can we get some service over here, please? I don't know if it came from the garbage disposal to the sewer.
What's your problem?
Just about everything. I ordered soft eggs. They're hard. I ordered hard bacon. It's soft. The toast is buttered. I wanted it dry. The coffee's cold. It's lousy. Everything is lousy. I ordered chef special, and I get a chef special straight from the bottom
You're
of the
gonna
garbage
get a
can.
special chef in about 2 minutes, let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
And you
Can we
eat it.
talk
It's
to him?
good for you anyway.
May we talk to the chef, please? Thanks.
You'll talk to him. Salmonella, they want you.
This is absolutely incredible. No.
Come on, you fellas having trouble with food? Huh? Don't like the food?
No, not really.
It
seems pretty good. Just
Huh?
I'm just not very hungry today. That's all.
That's
we
right.
will order more.
Yeah.
You gave us such
Good
a
home
portion.
cooking, huh?
The portions are so big, you know. Right. Nice.
That's what I thought.
Nice toy you got there.
Well, come on, eat up.
Okay, thank you so much.
So, Cameron,
Got it.
you guys need anything?
Mary, this need anything? How about some new steaks? These are horrible. We wanted medium rare. What is this? It's like leather.
That's New York cut. Don't tell me it's not. It is.
New
Where's
York cut from Israel. Where'd you get this?
Come on, you guys. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna go get Sal.
I'll tell you.
We'll send it. Yeah, you nearly
This
need
place is the
right?
pits.
Hey, Sal.
Stocks go up, stocks go down, but this country still needs a good bread with more roughage. They won't listen to me.
You don't like the food, huh?
We think it's horrible.
Huh?
We think it's
What's wrong with
horrible.
the food? Come on. You don't like the food?
He agrees with me. We both think it's the worst steak we ever ate.
So what's wrong with the food? You don't like the food?
Think it's horrible. Forget the chains, not with me. Leather maybe.
Our final bit of news is consumer alert. Sales of underwear are really falling down. It's something of my own.
Very little something.
We hope you've enjoyed this in-depth report of a normal, somewhat unexciting, but nevertheless interesting glimpse of the world of the average American.
Hey, Migo.
Have a pleasant day.
What is this bit about? Hey,
My name is
about
Mark
the weather?
Griffith.
What is the underwear, man? You know,
Hey,
this
man,
is national TV. Only little children watch it.
Hey,
You're talking
man.
about underwear.
My phone number,
And what about my map? They all heard of
1520.
birds fly over Columbia.
Area
It's green
code
now.
305. Oh. Oh, I love it. Oh, twice a day.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds really good. I like that. You're gonna put what in? Oh yeah, put that in. Oh yeah, put that in too. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm drooling. I'm told that's, yeah, can you like put that all over the top of it? Oh yeah, that's great. How much? That's gonna be how much? Oh my, yeah, that's great. That's a deal. In fact, make it 2. Make it 2. And deliver it to the studio, because I am starving. Oh shit, I gotta go. Yeah, see Miriam at the, ask for Miriam at the front desk. Okay, I gotta go, bye. Good morning. And thank you for joining me this morning for the Throwback Thursday show that we normally have. Is kind of on hold today. We're going to talk about something that kind of, I guess it touched us all, consumers and retailers alike. Abscam. So like you get these scabs and they're all over you, and they get all pussy and oozy, and they get abscessed, and they call them abscam. Oh, it's Abscam. Pardon me. So Abscam is what we are going to be talking about this morning. And I really don't know a whole lot about Abscam. So this is one of those mornings, like most mornings, when we get to take an adventure together and kind of figure it all out together on this journey. I put this stuff together, and then I'm like, what did I do? And then I read through stuff, and it's like reading through it for the first time. So, and thanks to Miriam and her fine assistants, and she said it's okay to mention her on the show. Thanks to her fine assistants, I'm able to pull off decent shows. So, thank you guys for helping me to pull off really fun shows as well. Like I said in the later in the morning, we are going to talk about Abscam, and at that point, we'll find out what the hell Abscam means. Because like you, like many of you, I was there, and I remember the news. I remember the footage. I remember the 2020 and the 60 Minutes and all of that. But I don't really remember the whole story. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out what that whole story is this morning. It is Throwback Thursday. Yesterday we had a fantastic radio show here in the studio. And it was a short 2-hour show, but it was really, really fun. It probably is one of the more fun days of the week for me. So, what else do we have going on? Of course, this is another short day for me because it's a morning. It's a university morning, so I'll be leaving relatively early this morning to get my daughter down to her class. And then she informs me that next week there's some kind of holiday on Monday. And then Tuesday she's taking a test, and they take their tests at home on the computer. So I'm like, so we have only a 2-day week. I was going to be happy with a 3-day week driving, and we got a 2-day week next week. That's great. So that means that I should be able to get ahead here in the studio and bring you some more content. As it is today, during our commercial breaks, we will be playing a few commercial blocks from the first episodes that we've done here, that we did in January. And they weren't heavily viewed episodes, so I'm bringing you those commercial breaks so that we can enjoy them once again. I am Michael. I'm your host. It's Throwback Thursday. This is the morning show. My calendar here says that it's the 12th on a Thursday, which means tomorrow is Freaky Friday. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th. And I do know a couple of superstitious people. I'm not overly superstitious about stuff. A couple of things. I have rituals around, but I'm not overly superstitious about that kind of stuff. That's not to say that it doesn't have some merit. All right. When you're dealing with stuff that's really, really old, sometimes it's just habit. Sometimes it's just that word that I used a minute ago that I can't remember now. Superstition, right? I had to think Stevie Wonder in order to come back to that word, superstition. Is that crazy or what? Yeah, I ordered up some food this morning. I'm hoping it's going to be here, but I doubt it. I don't think it's going to be here. No, really. The delicatessen down the street. They open it early. They would have to, in order to take my call at 5 a.m. They bake their own stuff there at the deli. So I'm joking. There is no deli. It's all in my head, people. It's all in my head. I do this show so that I can pretend on a grand scale. And it's fun. I love it. So we've got Abscam here that we're going to be talking about this morning. And I've got 4 parts printed out so that we can kind of get a good handle on what the hell Abscam was. Who were the people involved? What happened? What did they do about it? And what were the after effects? How does it affect us now? Yeah, Abscam. Short for Arab scam. And I won't go any further into that. But when I just read Arab scam, I'm like, oh, that's right, that's what it is. So there you go. So we're gonna begin that story after our first commercial block this morning, because we got to pay the bills. In my imaginative studio world here, I have pretend corporate executives looming over me, and they're all in my head. I've got my lovely assistant Miriam here in the booth next to me. She's all in my head too. But she's the realist because I talk to her every day. And she helps me with my show. No, I don't have a split personality thing going on. I'm just a big, giant child trapped in a man's body. That's all. So we're going to go to a commercial block, and when we get back, we will begin talking about Abscam. So don't go away. I'll be right back.
Safety regulations are being in an era of fierce competition spanning not just the nation. For these demanding times, BMW introduces the safest 3 Series ever built, with a near-zero maintenance engine and perfectly balanced handling. The dramatically new 325i. BMW meets the demands of the 90s with its spirit intact.
I know what I like to eat. That's easy. Making sure it's healthy, that's not so easy. But Healthy Choice makes healthy eating very easy. Because these meals are simply delicious. The dinners and entrees are many of my favorite foods. Pastas, chicken dishes, the recipes I make when I have time. But all low fat, low cholesterol, and low sodium. If you want good tasting food, there is a choice. And with Healthy Choice, the choice is yours.
With 5 powerful cleaning agents, Fantastic not only outcleans all others on greasy kitchen dirt, it's the perfect do-it-yourself cleaning kit for almost every surface in your kitchen and bath. 5 Cleaner Fantastic. More power, more places.
Look, I lead a busy life. When I'm stuffed up, Sudafed 12-Hour gets me through my day. And I'm not drowsy.
Introducing new Sudafed 12-Hour in tablets. No relief lasts longer. Where does inspiration come from?
You know, I've always dreamed of doing this. Luckily, I had a great zookeeper to give me pointers. Interesting technique.
The interests we develop in childhood can inspire us to a lifetime of achievement. What might Disney's classic cartoon videos inspire in your child?
Whoever thought I'd learn about elephants from a duck?
Bring home the magic. Only Disney videos for your child's magic years.
Show anything naked?
Disgusting.
No way. That's why this isn't the Naked Gun.
You'll feel better now.
The original Police Squad. Then, Rob Reiner presents the classic all-new comedy of Morton and Hayes. Never heard of them?
You will.
Morton and Hayes premieres right after Police Squad, all Wednesday.
I'm Mark McEwen. Tomorrow, husbands, wives, and sex. Do you wish you could bring the sizzle back into your marriage? We'll tell you how on CBS This Morning.
This is CBS. Wherever you are, whenever you need us, we're there with service we call Excel service, because it really does.
Good evening. Coming up tonight on Newsbeat at 11, it's a discovery more gruesome than any movie as a man is questioned about the large number of human body parts found in his apartment. There's an effort underway to get Yakima County declared a disaster area, in part to help out area farm workers. And it's the latest in video games. We'll show you the future.
In sports, the Bears take on Boise, hoping to make a quicker night of it tonight. Highlights from Parker Field and from Yankee Stadium as the M's take on the Yanks.
And Stu says even hotter tomorrow. He'll have all the weather. Join us at 11.
This is KIMA TV 29, Cable Channel 6, Yakima.
The race is on to make batteries that last longer. And today's Duracell batteries can even outrun the ones we made just a few years ago. Today's Duracell. You can't top the copper top.
And we are back this morning. Thank you for joining me on this Throwback Thursday edition of the morning show. And this is a, I don't know what kind of episode you would call this, but it's not really about consumerism in America so much as it is about the bullshit that they sell us. The bullshit that's coming out of D.C. And it always seems to be coming. And the fun part is that we get to look back at it through today's eyes, and kind of see how it lines up with what's going on today. Boy, did they sell us, didn't they? All right, everything is on, everything is ready to go. I am ready, so let's get started with this show here. Today on Throwback Thursday, we're taking a little stroll back to February of 1980. Back when the air was feathered, when hair was feathered, the lapels were wide, and the FBI was running an undercover operation so strange it sounded like something rejected from a late-night detective show. And yet, somehow, it was all real. It was the Abscam. I mean, I'm telling you, man, let's get on over here to the scam. It was the Abscam. Gosh, where's my spot here? It was Abscam. The scandal that proved truth is not only stranger than fiction, but occasionally stranger than a disco concept album. Now let's set the stage. It's the late 1970s. The country is still shaking off Watergate. Inflation is doing the hustle, and the FBI is looking for new ways to crack down on corruption. Enter Melvin Weinberg, a con man so talented he could probably sell sand in the Sahara. The FBI had caught him on fraud charges, and instead of sending him to the big house, they said, "Hey Mel, how would you like to help us catch some bigger fish?" And Mel, being a man of practical priorities, said, "Do I get paid?" Thus was born Abscam, short for Arab scam, because the FBI decided the best way to lure corrupt officials was to pretend to be a fabulously wealthy Arab businessman looking to invest in America. And by invest, I mean hand out envelopes of cash like they were party favors at a kid's birthday. The FBI set up a fake company, Abdullah Enterprises, Ltd., and created a fictional sheikh named Kambir Abdul Rahman. who was supposedly looking to buy everything from casinos to immigration favors. The sheikh, or sheikh, of course, did not exist. He was played by an FBI agent wearing a robe purchased from what you can only assume was a clearance rack at JCPenney. By February of 1980, the operation had already been running for months, and the dominoes were starting to fall. Hidden cameras rolled, politicians strolled in, cash changed hands, and America was about to learn that some of its elected officials had the impulse control of raccoons in a dumpster full of cupcakes. This was the moment when the story went from quirky FBI experiment to a national scandal with a theme song. And trust me, if it had one, it would have been played on a Moog synthesizer. Stay with me, because in part 2, the cast of characters arrives, and oh boy, do they make an entrance. Ugh. Totally. And when we get back to this, after the commercial break coming up, we will talk about the cast of characters. I'm going to hold off a minute because I'm just wondering if anyone out there remembers Abscam, and what do they remember about it? And just whether it's live or not, let me hear your comments. Let's talk about it. Because I will get back to you if you watch this post live, if you watch it in the playlist or wherever it happens to wind up. I'll get back to you on it. So, yeah. So at this point is where you would say, yeah, I totally remember that. And like, it was fucked up, but it was cool because, you know, it was so fucked up. I don't know. I'm getting dry mouth. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I talk British when I get dry mouth, right? I get dry. My humor, that's it. So who remembers? I remember the footage. That footage there. Not that footage, but that camera, surveillance camera footage all over the news for weeks and months as they drag this shit through the media and the courtroom sketches and all of the weirdness. It was weird. But when you see these, you know, senators and congressmen and shit pulled out into the public, and we find out that these guys who were supposed to be working for us, taking care of us, are just filling their pockets. And if they're doing it with this fake Arab, how much have they already taken? How much are they already in? I would imagine most of these guys were in pretty deep by the time the Arab scam came about. I was already jaded. By 1980, I was, 12 years old, and I was already completely jaded on the world. Was a harmful, hurtful place. And the whole the abscessed scab thing, it didn't help. You know? It didn't help. I grew up with these little things on TV that were magnified in my mind, right? Little things like Iron Eyes Cody, you know, walking through today's world, or back then today's world, seeing all the pollution and the trash, right? To the big things like Wounded Knee and civil rights and the ongoing sterilization of men and women in the South and on Indian reservations. These are things that I already knew about by the time I was 12. Right? So by 1980, to learn that the government, who had already broken like 177 treaties with Native Americans, the government is filling their pockets. That was no surprise to me. Not at all. And it's ongoing today. It's just done differently today. It's done so that you can't really say anything about it because it's written into the books that it's done a specific way. Lobbyists and whatnot. And it's still wrong. We still have so much to do, so much to fix in the government. But when the powers that be in the government are completely owned by entities outside the government, and they get their man in, we just, as a whole, as a country, we suffer. You know, so many people, oh, I'm going to get my guy in there and he's going to make it a better country for me. And then they get their guy in there and they realize that it ain't all it's cracked up to be, and mainly what their guy is doing is setting himself up so that when he's done, the country is better for him. Fuck the rest of the country. It's going to be better for him. And that started to happen back in the 70s and 80s. You know, we went from a President Carter who was, all he wanted to do was help. His whole sole purpose in life was trying to make the country a better place. And then we go from that to Reagan, which I dare say was the opposite side of the coin. And he used so much dogma and rhetoric and propaganda to make it look like he was the good guy. And if we look back at both of their times in office, there were no scandals around Carter. Carter didn't have any Iran-Contra thing going on, so totally. I guess it's about time we go to another commercial break, so when we get back, we can talk a little bit more about the Abscam situation, scandal, sting, whatever you want to call it. It was a sting that turned into a scandal. Let's say that. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes, and until we get back, enjoy these vintage commercial blocks, and we'll see you in a bit. So don't go away.
If you order a suit designed around the way you're built, you have to wait about 2 months. If you want a house designed around the way you live, the wait is 2 years. But if what you desire is a car designed around the way you drive, you don't have to wait another day. The 1991 Acura Legend Coupe.
If you think you've got to eat itty-bitty portions to go from this to this, take it from Tommy Lasorda. Try Ultra Slim Fast Frozen Entrees. Larger, more satisfying portions than the leading diet entrees without a lot more calories. Of course, they're sensible entrees that are low in fat. I could have one every day. So try our Ultra Slim Fast entrees. They're even big enough for me.
Ultra Slim Fast. Give us a week. We'll take off the weight.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, today.
Kellogg's Fun Pack. Choosing one is half the fun.
Presenting Wendy's Grilled Chicken Filet Sandwich, made with a delicious boneless breast of chicken, lettuce, tomato, and honey mustard, all on a toasted bun. It could be Wendy's best tasting chicken sandwich ever.
You know it makes me wanna...
Shout Stick lets you pre-treat tough stains today.
Throw my hands back and...
Shout them out next wash day.
Kick my feet out and...
Shout Stick starts working right away. It saturates tough stains, penetrates clean through to keep stains from setting in till you're ready to wash them out.
You know it makes me want to shout. Come on now. Shout.
Want a tough stain out? Shout, shout it out.
Shout.
Its commitment stretches from coast to coast. It has engineering resources that are unsurpassed. It has the only biomedical research facility of its kind. It has helped save thousands of lives. It is the world leader in automotive safety because there's nothing in the world that matters more. GM Safety. It's not one thing, it's everything.
Good evening. Coming up next on Newsbeat, more chilling news about the discovery of human body parts in an apartment in Milwaukee. And a third suspect is jailed in connection with the cockfight murder.
In sports, a tirade in Major League Baseball tonight. You don't want to miss that. Plus, we've got highlights of Mariners and Bears victories.
It not only was record heat here in Washington, but also in that other Washington as well.
If you or someone you loved were raped, would you want the world to know about it? Private or public? Whose side are you on? With Charles Kuralt, Friday at 8:30.
Dr. Christine Lipton is about to find out. Some medical secrets are better left unknown.
What am I gonna do?
Everything's gonna be okay. But is the one man she trusts the one she should fear? Melissa Gilbert, Jack Scalia, Pernell Roberts. Done next Tuesday.
This is CBS.
Being cool, you'll find every state of mind. Keeping it cool with you. Mountain down. Keeping it cool with you. Mountain down. Keeping it cool with you.
Celebrate Tieton Drive Convenience Center grand opening with Pepsi product 6-packs, $1.59. Nally's chips, 79 cents. Tieton Drive Convenience Center.
I have to hit the right buttons. If I don't hit the right buttons, nothing happens. So there you go. I am back. I promise you I'm back. I think I have everything on. It looks like I'm live. So I will begin part 2 of the Abscam sting/scandal. And we're talking about the cast of characters now, the people involved. So let's get started. Welcome back. Now that we've set the scene, let's make the stars of this political variety show. Let's meet them. And remember, these are real people, not characters from a sitcom, though you'd be forgiven if you were thinking otherwise. The biggest name caught in the Abscam net was U.S. Senator Harrison A. Williams of New Jersey. I wonder why. A Democrat with a long career, Williams walked into FBI's fake suite at the Hilton in Washington, D.C., and walked out with a corruption charge. The tapes showed him discussing business deals with the sheikh. And let's just say the conversation did not involve ethics reform. Then we have Congressman John Jenrette of South Carolina. I would imagine it's probably French. Could be. Who famously said after the scandal broke, "I've got larceny in my blood." Sir, that's not the kind of thing you say out loud. I don't think so. No. That is the kind of thing you whisper into a diary and then burn it. Next up, Congressman Raymond Lederer of Pennsylvania, who upon receiving a bribe declared, "I can give you guys anything you want." A bold promise, especially considering he was being videotaped the entire time. The FBI didn't even need to edit the footage. It was practically a confession with lightning. Lightning. Read. We also have Congressman Michael Ozzie Myers of Pennsylvania, who accepted $50,000 and then delivered the immortal line, "Money talks in this business, and bullshit walks." There you go. I almost edited it. A phrase that since then has been embroidered on many iconic throw pillows. And let's not forget the local officials, mayors, councilmen, and even members of the New Jersey Casino Control Commission. Oi. Good morning. If there was a door with a hidden camera behind it, someone walked through ready to make a deal. By February of 1980, the FBI had enough footage to open its own cable channel. Politicians were caught on tape accepting bribes, offering favors, and behaving like the sheikh was Santa Claus. And they were very good little boys. The public reaction? Shock, outrage, and a little bit of, wait, is this legal? Not the bribery, the FBI's methods. But we'll get to that in part 3. For now, just picture it. A parade of elected officials walked into a hotel suite, shaking hands with the man in a robe and leaving with envelopes full of cash. It was like a political piñata. And the FBI, they had the only stick. Totally. In part 3, coming up in a little bit, we're going to talk about the fallout and the fury of the Abscam sting / scandal. So good morning out there. Let's see. Now, William yesterday sent me his photo for the Polaroid thing, and he said, "Are we going to be able to see it? Are we going to be able to see it on today's show?" And normally I don't put Polaroids up on today's show, because there's no really any place to put them. So I thought I would just kind of stick them on the cabinet this morning, and there you go. So there's Cassie there on her Polaroids up on the cabinet there, next to the screen. When and if William shows up this morning, I'll go ahead and pop his up there so that we can see him. Go on, get out of here. I made a whole bunch of those for next week's Wednesday show. A whole bunch of Polaroids to start putting on the glass. I told my daughter, "Oh, I better not make too many, or the whole glass is going to be covered." And I'm thinking, you know what? The Polaroid is only going to be up during someone's stay on the show that morning. So we don't usually have a whole lot of people commenting, so it shouldn't be a big deal. 3 or 4 Polaroids stuck to the glass, right? No big deal. No biggie, eh? So this morning we've been talking about Abscam. Abscam. Not an abscess scab. An Abscam. Arab scam. It's a good idea. But, yeah, right, was it legal? What the hell were they thinking? What was the FBI? It's, there was a movie called Hot Stuff. Starring and directed by Dom DeLuise. Dom DeLuise and Jerry Reed, both who were in Bandit 2, Smokey and the Bandit 2. They set up a sting operation whereby they took a fence, somebody who buys stolen goods, and they sent him on vacation. They sent him out of town, you know what I mean? And they set up their own little shop with a hidden video camera, because at the time, in the early 70s, video cameras were really new. So they set up this video camera and did the sting operation behind this little mirror, one-way mirror. they had a camera, and people would come in and sell their goods, and they'd make them fill out a form for taxes, because we got to do our tax. You got to fill out a form, you know, and we'll send you a newsletter, some bullshit. And they collected an entire warehouse of stolen property. And it was a hit song out of Hot Stuff. It's a good song. But this kind of reminds me of that kind of a. It sounds like a bunch of tomfoolery, really. You know, we'll dress up. It sounds like an episode of Charlie's Angels. You know, we'll dress up in a costume and wearing a sheet, right? I wonder if the guy was even remotely Middle Eastern, right? The guy in the robe. And how was he able to pull it? He must have been able to pull it off via their stupidity, because you'd have to be pretty stupid to fall for something like that. And you'd have to be pretty corrupt to just walk into a hotel room and walk out with money for whatever goods and services they want later. But nowadays it sounds like, that's what they do. I got to turn this heater on here. It's getting a little bit nippy in here, so there's a beep beep and a little bit of heat coming at my feet now. But yeah, weird and wacky, zany, wild stuff. The ab scammers. We are gonna probably. I reckon we're gonna go to a break again this morning, so that we can enjoy some of those vintage commercials, and then when we get back, we're gonna talk about part 3 of the Abscam scandal / sting, the fallout and the fury. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And until we get back, enjoy this commercial block. All right. So fade, Mike.
Nobody can connect you with more of this country than United Airlines. With low-cost vacations from Hawaii to the New York Islands, to the mountains, to the oceans, to the sunshine, and back again. That's why in the friendly skies we say, your land is our land.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
Wieder beweist Duracell, alkalische Batterien halten entscheidend mehr Rennen durch als herkömmliche Zinkkohlebatterien. Sehen Sie selbst. Die Wagen mit Zinkkohlebatterien bleiben nach wenigen Rennen liegen. Die alkalische Duracell aber, die hält entscheidend länger. Duracell. Diesen Namen tragen nur langlebige Hochleistungsbatterien. Duracell. Die alkalische Duracell mit dem Kupferkopf hält entscheidend länger als herkömmliche Zinkkohlebatterien.
Fellow Americans, stop dragging your feet. Wear kitties when you're going to go out on a date.
Look great.
But do you know your feet need a little love?
Kitty knows.
What an agonizing, enterprising, hard kind of day you spend working overtime. You.
Live its ball.
You. When you shop, you need shoes for it all. To say comfort and style. If you're young at heart or young enough to remember, come to Kitty and explore. At the Great American, Great American, Great American Shoe Store.
Das Technikprogramm von Lego.
Technik wie in Wirklichkeit. Stabile Modelle mit vielen beweglichen Teilen und richtigen technischen Funktionen. Zum Bauen und Spielen für Kinder ab 9. Technik wie in Wirklichkeit. Das Technikprogramm von Lego.
When can I pick up the pictures?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay, let me make a note of that.
You gonna write it down there?
Oh, well, it's going to,
Oh,
yeah.
well, then let's say Tuesday.
You mean 2 days earlier?
No, 5 days
5 days later. I thought as much.
If this customer were at a Photomat store, we'd be introducing him to our brand new picture pickup promise. Photomat's way of telling you exactly when your pictures will be ready.
That quick?
Sure, and if it doesn't work out, you get a free roll of film.
Oh, no. You get in trouble for
It's
that.
no problem.
Huh?
It's a Photomat policy.
The Photomat picture pickup promise.
Is there a Photomat store around here?
When the family's all together, life's the best that it can be. Life's more fun when you're munching when you're munching Fritos. 'Cause Fritos goes with fun, and fun makes family memories. And old or young, life's more fun when you're munching Fritos. Munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching one, when you're munching one, when you're munching Fritos. Life's more fun when you're munching one, when you're munching Fritos. Grand corn chips.
Saturday, the fun starts when Nancy meets Francie, Sunshine's mom.
Actually, we live a very quiet life here. Oh, I won't. And what do you call this? Bad timing.
Then there's a fire at the fishes.
The empty house 2 doors down, it's on fire.
Could Victor be a firebug?
These children are under my supervision.
Go fish!
And Starsky and Hutch are set up by the mob. Right after Blansky's Beauties and Fish.
And yes, we are back this morning here on the morning show. Pardon me, I've had my coffee this morning. I'll probably have another half a cup later after the show. If I have it too soon, my upper plate will be wobbling. So there you go. I heard that on a TV show once. All right, let's talk about the fallout. Because by February 1980, the Abscam, what do we got here? Let's do a little bit of graphic here. The Abscam scandal wasn't just a story. It was the story. It dominated headlines, evening newscasts, and probably a few very uncomfortable dinner conversations in Washington. The FBI released the tapes, and America watched in disbelief as politicians accepted bribes with enthusiasm, with the enthusiasm of kids grabbing candy on Halloween. There you go. And suddenly, everyone had questions. The first question, how many elected officials were involved? Answer, ultimately, 1 U.S. Senator, 6 members of the House of Representatives, 1 U.S. Senator and 6 members of the House of Representatives were convicted, along with several state and local officials. The second question, is that entrapment? Yes, the legal equivalent of, but officer, the car was speeding on its own, right? Defense attorneys argued that the FBI had gone too far, that they had tempted officials into crimes they wouldn't have committed otherwise. Bullshit. And I think America knew that. The FBI countered that they merely provided the opportunity, and the politicians supplied the enthusiasm. Courts largely agreed with the FBI. The convictions stood. Meanwhile, the public was left wondering if every politician in America was secretly one briefcase away from a moral collapse. I think so. Today, definitely. Trust in government, already shaky after Watergate, took another hit. If the 1970s had taught America anything, it was to never assume the people in charge were behaving themselves. Senator Harrison Williams refused to resign, insisting that he had done nothing wrong. The Senate disagreed and moved to expel him. He eventually stepped down in 1982. But the damage was done. And then there was the humor. Because Americans cope with scandal the way they cope with everything, by making jokes. Late night hosts had a field day. Political cartoonists sharpened their pencils, and somewhere a costume shop sold out fake sheikh robes. Ah, those shakies. But beneath the absurdity was a real question. How deep did the corruption run? Abscam didn't answer that question, but it certainly suggested that the iceberg was bigger than anyone wanted to admit. I think we only did see the tip of the iceberg. In part 4, we'll wrap this up with the legacy, the lasting impact, and the strange, almost cinematic Abscam holds in American history. And what we're going to do is we are going to read this next final part here and then go to another commercial break, and then we will have the entire next hour to hang out and talk whatever. We'll talk Abscam, we'll talk politics, we'll talk bunt cakes, I don't care. Okay, here we are, the final chapter, and like any good Throwback Thursday story, this ending is a mix of lessons learned, reputations ruined, and a lingering sense that the whole thing could have been a movie. And in fact, decades later it was, because we'll say, but we'll stay in the past where we belong, because we're time traveling, baby. The Abscam scandal changed the way the FBI conducted undercover operations. After February of 1980, Congress demanded clear guidelines, more oversight, and fewer undercover sheikhs. The Bureau tightened its procedures, though they never again attempted anything quite as theatrical. Politically, the scandal reinforced our growing cynicism. Americans had already weathered Vietnam, Watergate, stagflation, and the energy crisis. Abscam was like the universe saying, and one more thing, Columbo. In the Fed narrative, narrative that corruption wasn't an exception, it was the feature. For politicians involved, the consequences were severe. Senator Harrison Williams was convicted in 1981 and resigned in 1982. So he was in prison, or at least under house arrest, while still serving as a senator for 8 years. Congressmen John Jenrette served prison time and later became infamous for other escapades that we will politely not discuss before breakfast. Oh, geez. Congressman Ozzie Myers was expelled from the House, the first member expelled since the Civil War. Others followed similar paths: indictments, convictions, resignations, and the occasional memoir written with the tone of, "I swear it wasn't my fault. I swear, I didn't do it. They were giving the money away. I had to take it." But the strangest legacy of all is how bizarrely entertaining the whole thing was. The FBI's fake sheikh, the hotel suite sting operations, the grainy videotapes, the politicians who walked in thinking they were about to make easy money and walked out into history instead. Abscam became a symbol not just of corruption, but of the lengths law enforcement will go to expose it. It was a messy, controversial, and unforgettable experience. A scandal wrapped in a sting, wrapped in a bathrobe. And here's the kicker. If you pitched this story to a network in 1979, they would have said, too realistic, tone it down. But in reality, as always, reality had other plans. So we wrap today's Throwback Thursday news story. Remember, the past may be behind us, but it still has plenty to teach, especially when it comes dressed up as a billionaire sheikh offering envelopes of cash. And there you go. That is the Abscam story, if you will. And I'm kind of like, wow, did we really have that happen? And now I'm like, well, of course, isn't that how politics have always worked, right? I'm watching documentaries and docudramas and stuff about the late 1800s and politics in the United States, and how before President Garfield came in and then was quickly assassinated, that the New York Port of Authorities brought in most of the federal income through, and it was a private organization set up by a bunch of politicians, one of which, who was the head port authority, Chester A. Arthur, became Garfield's vice president and then became president when Garfield was assassinated in 1881 or 82 or something, but 20 years after the Civil War. And how politicians right before that were so corrupt, and it was all about graft and money and being paid to look the other way or to get something done, giving cabinet posts away for money. And then you go exactly 100 years from that to 1980, and this happens. And you can fast forward to now, and probably if you dipped your hand into anywhere in Washington and pulled somebody out and shook them, give them a good shake, you probably wouldn't find anything any different. And that's sad. All right, let's go to a commercial break, and when we get back, we will we'll just hang out and we'll do some rapping. All right, I will be back in a flash. Don't go away.
My baloney has a first name, it's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name, it's M-A-Y-E-R. Oh, I love to eat it every day, and if you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-L-O-G-N-A.
Oscar Mayer, the first name in Bologna.
How's that?
Purina Puppy Chow helps little puppies grow into big puppies. But then its job is only half done, because even after he looks full grown on the outside, inside his muscles are still forming and his bones are still growing for about a full year. That's why he needs a full year of the extra nutrition in Puppy Chow. Puppy Chow for a full year, till he's full grown.
Oh, boy. I play like a cow with a musket. I had to give up the game for a while, hang up the sticks. I had a touch of arthritis in the hands, but I'm one of the lucky ones. I was able to get back to my game again, thanks to the treatments that are coming out of new research. You know, the people at the Arthritis Foundation are dedicated to research, but they need your help. So please, send your contributions now to Arthritis, 1972, Beverly Hills, California, 90210. And thank you very much.
What's up? Dino's stolen the different vitamins we need to make Flintstones. Yabba-dabba-doo, yabba-dabba-doo. Flintstone vitamins are good to chew with vitamin A, vitamin B's, vitamin C, and vitamin D. Help your body work and grow right.
We put them all together to make Flintstones vitamins.
Mom, if your kids don't always eat right, one Flintstone each day ensures they're getting the vitamins they may need. Yabba-dabba-doo. Flintstones, regular and plus iron.
Look what happens when you buy 3 boxes of Purina Cat Chow. You get 1 box free.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
Buy 3 bags of Purina Cat Chow and get a coupon good for 1 bag free.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
No matter what size you buy, you can mail in proofs of purchase and get a coupon good for 1 free.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
So, buy any 3 Purina Cat Chow now and get 1 free.
Chow, chow, chow.
Da kommt unser Fanta, das Spaß macht und schmeckt. Das jetzt gleich zweimal den Spaß in uns weckt.
Fanta Orangenlimonade, die kennen Sie schon. Und wer's ohne Kohlensäure will, das neue Fanta Still. Ja, Fanta gibt's jetzt gleich zweimal. Fanta Orangenlimonade, die schmeckt jetzt noch besser. Und Fanta Still mit dem Trinkhalm gleich dran.
Fanta, Fanta, was Spaß macht und schmeckt.
And we are back this morning. Thank you for coming back to me. It's the top of the hour. It's 6 a.m. here in beautiful downtown Joshua Tree, California at Elsinore Brothers Studio Network. It's a bit of a chilly one. It's 47 out there this morning. It's been cold and windy lately. That's your weather report. Traffic there's nothing going on right now. There's a few cars in town. So there's your morning news report. This morning we were talking about Abscam, and that's when the FBI decided to put on a sheet, pretend they were a sheikh, rent a motel room, and start passing out money like it was candy to any politician that would take it. And it worked, and they busted several politicians, congressmen, senators, local officials, anybody that would just walk in and say, yeah, I want some money. Where's the free? I heard there was free money here. And I think that it happens all the time in Washington now. They call them lobbyists, where any jerkwad can walk in with billions of dollars and start throwing money around to buy votes in the House. And it's just the way it works now. And I think that's criminal. I think that going after these guys and finding them and pulling them out, drawing them out by shaking some money, I don't think that was a bad thing. And I think that it should have continued. And I think it should have continued until we reached an atmosphere in Washington, an environment that was free of that kind of corruption, because they would be too scared to take any money in. What's up there, Whale Dick? What's going on? Take that. There. And Jesus would kick them out. Sure. You know what? There are billboards on my way home that are fighting about God right now. There's one billboard that was put up that says Jesus is God, and yada yada, and all the rhetoric behind that. And then a month later, or no, within a couple of weeks, someone else on the other side of the freeway going in the same direction, just before it, right, it says, Jesus is not God. God is God. And I want to put up a sign that says we're all God. Money is the root of all evil. Yeah, politicians. What was it? Was it Shakespeare that said all lawyers and politicians or something should be hanged? I don't know. I kind of feel that they should all be monitored more closely. And then there are some countries that just get together, walk in, pull these dipshits out of office, take them out, cream puff pie them in the face, and symbolically, ceremoniously put them into a dumpster and hang a sign around their neck, right? Now we can all see what William looks like. Hi, William. Can see your picture. Yeah, and I'm one of those people that money's a tool. When you need it, get it and use it. If you have it and you're not using it, what's it doing, right? So I don't know. I never have money anyway, but when I need it, I get a side job and I get the money, and that's just what you got to do. Otherwise, I just worry about the normal stuff. I had to talk with my daughter on the way to school last night, talking about just that. Don't just settle. Do something for you. Worry about you. The only person in this world is going to care about you is you, period. So worry about you. Take care of yourself. Do things for yourself. Don't be afraid to do things for yourself. I said in some cultures, shame on you for doing that for yourself. So I said, worry about you. Please do. Worry about you. Don't be selfish. Be a part of the world. Help people, but worry about yourself. Take care of yourself. Do stuff for yourself. A white square. It probably is on a phone. You got to watch it on a TV. I put it on a monitor that's this big, so I can see. It's a big monitor. All I can see is the frame, right? It's just a bit of a blur. Yeah, I see it on my phone here, my phone monitor, and it's pretty small. Pretty small, but that's the thing, is that I designed this show not for a phone, because I'm not a phone guy. I designed this show for a TV. So when you put this up on your big screen TV, my TV here that you're watching me on is about the size of a normal old console television, right? Oh, good. You're on a big monitor, like a computer monitor. So you're seeing it relatively the way I'm trying to project it. So there you go. Does anybody here remember the Abscam stuff? Because I remember seeing the 60 Minutes, the 2020, the footage on the news, the weeks and months of that story harassing us from the news rooms. But I was a kid. I mean, I was 12 years old, but like I said before, I was already jaded. I was already assumed that's what the government did. And I was right. So let's see, 1980, Dubs would have been, what, 3 or 4 years old? So I'm sure he remembers it. He's probably got it in his diary. Right. Yeah, I kind of assumed you're not a phone person either. Yeah, like I said, I come home and I plug my phone in my office in the studio here, and I just leave it. And then when I leave the house to get in the car, I try to remember to take it with me. It doesn't always work out that way. I try to remember both phones, my phone and my monitor phone that just does internet stuff. You guys are famous. You're on TV. I told my daughter that I got to the point in life where I had to start doing for myself. I had to start doing something to make me happy. And I said this was it. It turned out that this was it, doing this silly little show. 1/11/77. Oh, I see. That's crazy. Numbers. So then, yeah, you would have been 4. Just turned 4, I think, or Just turned 3. I don't know. I'm not good with math in years. I have to be told when somebody asks me my age, I look at my daughter. Because I can't be bothered with doing the math and thinking and trying to remember what my last age up was, right? Okay, numbers are cool. But I don't have a good reputation with numbers. Capricorn. He's a Capricorn. Yeah. Capricorn nut. Capricorn nut. Totally. Capricorn 1. Just watched that the other day. Totally. Yeah. My goodness. Mine is the same day as Marine Corps birthday. And the day after Veterans Day. There you go. You are the sheet. You are the what is this? Another chic joke. Yeah. Anywho, let's see. We are going to probably go to a commercial break here this morning, so I can kind of fit some more commercials, because I love commercials. You are the blanket. I'm the sheet. I'm the blanket. You guys are funny. Those are severe puns, and you should be punished. Get it? Punished. I'm the table. Well, I'm the frickin' walrus. Cuckoo-ca-choo, baby. Yeah. I love lamp. All right, we're going to go to a commercial break so that I can, well, you know, I love lamp. Love lamp. Love. All right, I'll try to figure that out. I'll be back in a flash, people. Don't go away.
It's heavy!
I found the way to the gold.
Pitfall by Activision. Quick to the Atari video computer system. Here, show us.
First, climb down the underground passage. Leap over scorpions. I said. Now, swing over the swamp crocodile. There, the gold. Did I mention the tar pits?
Pitfall, a jungle adventure game designed by David Crane from Activision.
Now Exxon brings you the power to overcome knocks and pings, to end hesitation, to clean fouled fuel injectors. Introducing new Exxon Extra Premium. Its high-octane power formula with detergent additive XCL12 keeps you running smooth. Move up to new Exxon Extra with XCL12.
Twin Lab for everybody.
Twin Lab vitamins and minerals for anybody who wants to feel their best.
Twin Lab for everybody.
Carte Blanche, a class card for guys like you and me. Mostly you.
To apply, call 1-800-638-6633.
Hi, I'm Charlie Golden, and my great-granddad invented Golden's mustard, a delicious blend of light and dark mustard seeds and special seasonings. And for 120 years, all of us Goldens have guarded the recipe. It adds just the right flavor to sandwiches and hot dogs. Fantastic. Or as a seasoning for potato salad. Delicious. Try Golden's. It adds just the right flavor, or my name isn't Charlie Golden.
From Channel 5 News in New York, this is a 10 o'clock news update.
Good evening. At 10 tonight, the menace of the drug crack is spreading now to young people in the suburbs. The hunt for any trace of the clipper ship that vanished in the Bermuda Triangle. A teenager's dramatic rescue off the California coast. New details on the big Statue of Liberty celebration, where to camp out, what roads will be opened and closed. And the emotional stories of some young people who tried to kill themselves but didn't. The Amazing has sports. Lynn has the weather, and Stu is going to answer some of your letters. We'll see you at 10.
Rock bottom, rock bottom, rock bottom. Rock bottom. Everybody's shopping the rock bottom way. Rock bottom. With low, low prices every day. Cosmetics, fragrance, toys, shampoo, houseware, cars. We got it all for you. Rock bottom, rock bottom.
Rock Bottom's everyday price on Arid Solid Antiperspirant, $2.31. Metaquick First Aid Spray, $2.10. Colgate Regular or Gel Toothpaste, $1.39. Jerry Redding Shampoo or Conditioner, $1.94. Vidal Sassoon Hairsprays, $2.06. C&Ski Blockout, Cream, Lotion, or Spray, $4.55. And Nair Mousse, $3.07.
Rock Bottom, shop the Rock Bottom way. With low, low prices every day. Rock Bottom.
If you're not paying Rock Bottom prices, you're paying too much.
Rock Bottom.
Crap, I did it again. Hit the wrong button first. Pardon me while I do this. There we go. To do it again. Alright, I'm back, I swear. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Not many people in this world get me. So it's nice that I can see out there that people get me. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was just me and Dubs there for a little while. Joey's hard at work. And I hope that at some point he finds something that he can really find happiness in. That isn't like a work thing. I got sick for work and messed up. There you go. My schedule's always messed up. Always messed up. So what's going on this morning, guys? I've got to take off to university this morning again. And my daughter informs me that next week is probably a 2-day week instead of a 4-day week. Because she's got the day off Monday and probably doesn't have she has a test on Tuesday, so she doesn't have to go into class. Because they take them at home on the computers. Yeah. You know, that's happiness for everyone. At first, you have to have happiness for yourself. You have to find a way to make yourself happy, and that's what I was trying to impress upon my daughter, is that you have to find a way to make everything in life worth doing because you're happy. You're happy to do it because you're happy. Something in your life is giving you joy and pleasure, right? As silly as it may sound, that's what this is. This is my happy place. This is where I get it all out, do the things that I want to. I told my daughter, don't wait until you're my age to start doing what you want to do. I said, start doing it now. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. Even if you think that's what you want to do, you find out you don't want to do, just do it. Just try stuff. Just do stuff. Start enjoying life, because you're going to get to my age. And I told her that right now there are more things in life that I want to do than I have time for. I said if I worked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year from now until I die, let's say 5 years, 10 years, right? That would be nowhere near enough time to do all the things that I want to do. So I told her, don't wait. Start doing this shit. I'm glad this show makes you happy, because it makes me fucking feel like I told her it makes me feel like I'm worth something. I do something that makes me happy, but it also reaches people, you know. Make yourself happy. Focus on yourself. Kids are grown. Now it's your turn. I told my daughter the same thing. I said, when we got married and we had you, when we had our baby, I said, we both put our lives on hold as far as things that we wanted to do. It became about work, bills, taking care of the kid, making sure she was okay, and getting her through life. And I dare say that as soon as she got into college, I started doing this show. Right? Actually, it was university. Yeah. Gotta catch up on some comments here. You broke. Yeah, exactly. I said, do it before it hurts. Before you're just so broken. I told her just that. You know, I said, I'm so old and broken now. I've got fewer days ahead of me and more behind me. I said, I can't not do this. I have to do this. I have to do little things that make me happy, you know. You know, I'm somewhat agoraphobic. I really don't like going out into the world. And if I had my druthers, I love to say druthers, if I had my druthers, I would not go out into the world. You are an only child. My daughter's an only child. She would have had an older sister by 4 years had she lived. So, you put all your eggs in one basket, you know, it just, I don't believe in having a lot of kids anyway. I think 2 is the limit, right? I think any more than 2 kids and an oops is more than enough for any family. And any more than that is greedy, especially nowadays. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. And it's my opinion that people should go to school and get a certificate to prove that they can raise fucking kids right. And that they want the kids. You know? It's like, you get a free dog, or you pay $100 for a dog. What's going to happen to that free dog? Are people really going to take care of it? They're going to take care of that $100 dog because they paid $100 fucking dollars for it. You know? Go to school to learn everything you need to know about parenthood and child raising. And then get a certificate, and then raise a kid. That's the way it should be, nowadays. Yeah. If you're an only child, you have to get off on yourself. Yeah. You do. You always made yourself happy. Some say selfish. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. If you have to balance that with community, though. You can't just me, right? You have to balance that with community. You have to get out into the world and do stuff and be a part of the world of something. But at the same time, you got to focus on yourself, because nobody else is going to give a shit. You are your best friend. You are the one person in the world that's going to give a shit about you the most. So you have to. You know? Parents don't parent these days. They do not. We were free-range kids when we were young. We were parented hard, but we had a lot of freedom. But we were parented hard, so when we had that freedom, we didn't fucking abuse it. I can't speak to my parents as far as them being good parents or not. My experience was not good. But apparently my brother and sister see it otherwise. And that's them, you know, and that's just the way it is. We see things differently. I felt like I was raised differently than they were. Society has made parenting too difficult these days, putting too many restrictions on what parents can do, being too invested in the private lives of people. But then again, kids now, they can just say, arrest them, right? Yeah. And, you know, you got older kids and then you got younger kids, and the way that they're raised are so different because things have changed so much in 10 years, right? Sheesh. Unbelievable. How quick things are changing. Back in the 70s and 80s, things were so slow to change. And then by the end of the 80s, things were just jumping. Partridge Family to Party in 5. Just... Yeah, weird shit, man. Weird. Party of, oh yeah, speaking of one of those shows, right? I can't remember his name. Vanderbeek passed away. I can't remember his first name. William, Jaden, Jehoshaphat, White Vanderbeek. I don't remember. I'm not good with names. I just remember seeing it, a glimpse of it in the news or something. You know that age 13 or 15, depending on the state, mental control of their. Wow. Oh, jeez. You know, I don't believe in giving kids adult rights until they're adults. You start setting these precedents that create other issues down the road. Well, it's okay. It works perfect in this instance, but now everybody's doing it, and it's just fucking up everything. Your mother had a board of education. I would imagine you're talking about a paddle. Yeah. I know what's going on. To know what's going on with their kids' health. Yeah, you have to. If you got to sign forms and fill out shit, and your kids have to say it's okay to tell my parents, that's no. But then again, if these kids are going and doing things without their parents' knowledge, what does that say about the parents? Honestly. I mean, our daughter grew up in that world where CPS could just take your shit away, right? And we had to really, really spend time with her, right? To let her know we ain't the fucking enemy, you know? I've never had to physically discipline my daughter. Because of words, hello. You have more words with your kids, and you don't have to be physical with them, right? Baseball bat handle, first paddle, a flat paddle, yeah, exactly. I went to a school in Southern California in the inner city Watts, Compton area, Manchester Avenue Elementary School, and they had a trailer out on the blacktop playground, and in that trailer was a wall of paddles, and if you ran on the blacktop or did anything against the rules, you'd have to go into that trailer and pick out a paddle and get swatted. One of us ran, and I think it was my brother, was running and got taken in there and was told, and he said no. And as it turns out, he had every right to say no because our parents had not given them permission to use corporal punishment. And they didn't. My parents, of course, didn't believe in that kind of stuff. In the South, parents are more physical with their kids. I believe that. In different areas, it's just different, you know. It's just different. All right, I'm going to go to a break real quick, so when we get back, we can, I don't know, play Rochambeau or something. All right, don't go away. I'll be back. No, really.
Pushy New Yorker.
What? You don't got tight spots in Jersey?
Yeah, and manners, too.
Yeah, manners, and you got my Giants, too.
Take it easy. 5-mile bumpers. I'm not bent out of shape.
Oh, funny. Lots of jokers in Jersey, huh?
Hey, you bumped me, lady.
Yeah, well, that's for the Jets. And if you got eyes on the Yankees, I'll really give you a whack.
Ford Escort, the best-selling car in the world, and nobody's going to take that away. Now save over $600 on specially equipped Escort Ls.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
There. Great. Now I can jog whenever I want. Rain, sleet, dark of night. They got bikes, weights, punching bags. You ought to work on your gut, fella.
This week, Caldor has a Puma sneaker sale. Save 30% on all leather basketball sneakers and nylon and suede joggers for men and boys. children's too. And Puma's women's and teens tennis sneakers and joggers are also 30% off. You'll never not find it at
I was
Caldor.
kidding about you, God.
Hey, now you can save even more with Haviland Supreme, up to $3. For details, look for this rebate coupon at participating Texaco retailers and stores.
Buying a new car has always been a wrestling match.
It's the good old guy against battling Billy Fire.
Billy has the good old guy on the ropes. So overloaded with new Oldsmobiles, he's having a Memorial Day sale. Now's the time to squeeze your old guy for a special low price on Cutlass Sierra. Take him to the mat for a great deal on any old.
The winner of Big Saver on new Delta 88 battling Billy Fire. From your good old guy.
Big Apple Minute, brought to you by Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi takes you where you want to be.
No matter what the season, the Big Apple always blooms.
If you take $15,199 down to your Nissan dealer, you might get a Maxima. Toyota asked for more, over $17,000 for a Cressida. But if you take that kind of money down to your Mitsubishi Motors dealer, you'll see a huge selection of Mitsubishi Gallants. And you just might drive away in this world-class luxury car with something else. Change. See your tri-state Mitsubishi Motors dealer.
And we are back. I'm getting better at hitting the buttons, but it's still taking a little too long. I wish Miriam could do her job and my job at the same time. That would be great. That would be just splendiferous. But that ain't gonna happen because it's all in my head, baby. So yeah, we've been talking about parents' rights this morning, and the ability to raise your own fucking kid anymore, right? And back in the 70s and 80s, we raised ourselves, but we had a strict guideline, and we had parents that were involved in our lives just about every step of the way. At least most kids. Of course, I was out of the house at 15 because I just couldn't fucking take it anymore. In the South, if you follow the rules, the law will break you. Yeah, there you go. If you don't follow the rules, right? That's kind of what I thought you meant. Yeah, if you don't follow the rules, the law will break you. You know, I think that's the plan. I think that's the rule of thumb everywhere, is that law enforcement is there just to break you, right? And keep you down, and keep you following them rules. And then, you know, of course, if you don't, then you go into that prison for profit reform thing that never works. That's next girlfriend. She messed your head up. All your hair fell out. You had 3 curls left on your head. Oh yeah, she's got a lot of hair. Look at that picture. That picture ain't lying. I fought the law and the law won. That's usually the way it works, right? So don't fight the law. Stay away from the fucking law. When I was a kid, my sole purpose in having fun was to stay the fuck out of trouble. I did not want to be like so many of the kids in our area who were on probation or had to check in with people, or who were in special classes or schools, or were just always in trouble, right? And I just could not go there. The prison industrial complex, there you go. God, the fact that we've got catchphrases and words for so many fucked up things, and they just become synonymous with humor, right? Late night talk show humor, you know. Once it gets to late night talk show humor, it's just like, oh well, we've laughed, now we've moved past it. And I'm sick of that shit. Everything that goes on every fucking day in America right now makes its way to and then we're supposed to just get over it. And I'm over that whole thing. Oh. Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do anymore? You know? I don't know. So therefore I just stay away from it all, which is where they get you, right? They get you, making everything so fucked up that you just want to stay the fuck away from it, you know? Now people can't even fight for their rights without being told, nope, you can't do that. And we just keep letting it happen. Letting it happen, you know? You used to listen to Angela Davis. Wow, I used to listen to Miles Davis. Totally. I'd walk a mile to listen to... Shut up. I don't know who that is. I don't. I have to go out into the world again today. I've been easing back on my behind the wheels because it's making me crazy that other drivers on the road are now making me crazy. So I've decided to just withdraw from the whole communal driving thing. From now on, I'm just alone on the road, and the other cars aren't people, they're just obstacles that I have to maneuver around, that's all. And it's gotten better. And I've tried to just put myself in a place where the road doesn't exist, the drive exists, that's all. People around me, they're not there anymore. So it's every once in a while somebody will shake me out of that by doing something so close to me that I have to react. But other than that, I'm getting better, you know. So I'm just going to keep working on it. Keep working on it. I think my daughter said that we've got to come back pretty quick this morning. My wife has a couple things planned. So we'll do this. We'll do the class, and then we'll be back here by 12:30, 1 o'clock probably. Probably by 1 o'clock we'll be home this afternoon. And then, gosh, she's going to be done until Wednesday as far as leaving, which means I'm done until Wednesday of next week, having to leave the house, which is great. Oh, she was a Black Panther. Oh, okay. Okay. Right. She was the girlfriend of that Panther on Jungle Book, right? Was that her? What was that guy's name? Scogli? Shut the hell up. She talked about prison industrial complex in the 70s. All right. I think her face, wasn't she a leather jacketed girl with a really nice afro? if it's who I'm thinking of. And you're like, well, that's what they all looked like back in the 70s, dude. Yeah, but I think that's what I remember. Powder people. I'm not going to do any more commercials this morning. Because we have to have a 2-hour show. Yeah, now it's way worse. Now it's literally prisons for profit. They've taken those old work farms, right? And now it's just, you go in and you just sign in, and you can do your prison time and be fucked, or you can do a factory job and make a couple of pennies a fucking day, right? Coffee. Coffee. You had to say coffee, you ass. Now I have to think about coffee. I'm going to go in and drink some more coffee this morning. I'll have a little bit more before we hit the road. And God, it's going to be chilly again. The weather's been so weird. It just hasn't seemed worth it to take my guitar and set up down there to play for about 25 or 30 minutes and then pack it all up, throw it back in the car. So I've just been playing a little bit every day here, pick up the guitar, do a little bit, and every day try to do a little bit more. That's all I can really do. So on Friday, ooh, that's tomorrow, I think we'll do a song. So I think at the end of the show, depending on how hoarse I am by the end of the show, we'll do a song or two, but no more, because my fingers are going to be pretty tender still. Yes, sirree, Baba Rooney. Yes. I'm just out of it. I really don't like policy of Pam Grier. That's her. Coffee. Yeah, she's awesome. One of my favorite female actresses of the 70s, for sure. She did a lot of great blaxploitation films. Yeah, she's the sheet. Orale, Hans. She's the shit, Hans. Totally. Well, if I get these extra days off from driving, I'm going to have to put them to good use and try to put together a really cool next week's set of shows, and also start bringing some more original content, something else. I need to put something else together. I don't know what. My idea of hitting 365 shows this year, that's been blown to hell. But I do want to start doing more than just this. And I may do some things that are involved in this show. So it won't even count as like extra video content on my channel. It'll just be built into this show. She was born in New York City. North Carolina. I'm thinking NC, right? North Carolina. North Carolina. Oh, 76 years old. Awesome. That she's on your phone, huh? She's popping up on your computer screen. I get it. Totally. You know, I don't do birthdays. I just don't. I never had great experiences with birthdays, except doing my daughter's birthdays. The first, 10 or 12 years of her life, until she said, all right, no more birthday parties. But I myself, I don't really enjoy the whole concept of getting older and everybody else celebrating their birthdays and other people's birthdays. And for me, it was, hey, I have a birthday too. And nobody ever gave a shit. So I just started not giving a shit, right? So that when I got married, it was really difficult to explain to my wife, yeah, that's fun and all, but don't do that again. That's not me. I don't really care for it. No. I think she figured it out when, we got married on a couch, because I couldn't go through the whole ceremony thing in front of a bunch of people. Drink, drink, drink till you're drunk. I don't know. I can't remember the words to that song. We've been watching Cheers a lot lately, so that harkens back to that 80s drinking bar mentality stuff that's going on there. Fun show. I love it. And my daughter, the fact that she enjoys watching these older shows, that's awesome. But she grew up watching Futurama, one of my favorite shows, about pretty much a time capsule of the 80s through the eyes of somebody living in the 3000s from the year 2000. Just a weird show, weird concept, but it's fun. Yeah, I remember the drink song. I just don't remember the drink song. That was a fun show. I'm really having fun. That's what I'm going to have to do, is I'm going to have to dig up some more demos. Send me a demo, dude. Hit me up. I'll send you my email address, and you can send me some demos, because everybody's got demos, right? Everybody. See, the only thing is that you got any demos from the 80s when you were like 12 or 13 years old? Well, that would be cool. And I would settle for audio from a videotape too. Futurama, it's the shit. But I'm going to start trying to hit up people that I know who were teenagers in the 80s and had the whole garage band thing, totally. That was an alarm set for me to wake up my wife, but we're leaving this morning, so she doesn't have to get up. There you go. 15 minutes left in this morning's show. And I was talking to my daughter about the whole concept that we're in right now with the themed days and that. And I told her that when I first started this show, it was out of a sheer act of desperation. My heart had been crushed by an old friend who had come to stay with us so that he could get his life back together. And he used us and abused us and shit all over us and then ran off without saying a word. And I was so heartbroken. After a week, I decided I had to do something or I was just going to be taken down by depression. And so I planned this show. And a week later, I did the first episode and never looked back. And the first episode was me putting a chair in an empty room and sitting down and drinking tea. And that was it. Rick and Morty. Yeah, that's a funny show too. My daughter watches those. And it's taken me that long to get to here, where I'm now doing a show that I had thought of 3 years ago. It's like, okay, this is how I want the show to look. And then it took me 3 years to get to here, the way you're seeing it on the screen, the way I'm presenting it, all of this stuff. And everything, and you'll have to tell me, because I don't get around YouTube very often, but you'll have to tell me, is there any other show out there that's like this? With the delivery, the content, the dialogue, the monologues, the stories, my past tied in with, is there anything else out there? I'm sure there's similar stuff, but an overall package. Am I the only one doing this? Because it feels like it. It feels like I'm doing, like I'm breaking ground. I'm doing something different, right? And before, last season, it didn't feel like that. It felt like I was on the way. But now I feel like I'm really, really doing something different. So there's nothing on. That's cool. At least that we know of, right? So I'm hoping that the whole time travel, the whole exploring the past through today's eyes, I hope that it catches on, you know. Yeah, see, there you go. My daughter, she comes in from school or for lunch or in for dinner, and we'll look at each other and go, an episode, you know, and it'll be one of 4 things that we're watching right now, right? Or last night we watched an X-File, and then I think we watched a Futurama and a Cheers. And that's pretty cool to have those little moments. And we're always, come on, Mom, come sit. I don't like that show. It doesn't matter. Get in here. It's a family thing. So, yeah. We've worked really, really hard to keep that family thing going on, even though our daughter has spent most of her life away from home in school during her waking hours, right? 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day when she was in the after-school program. And it's really hard to keep control of your kids, to know your kids, right? When they're gone for that long and they're influenced by so many other things. Fallout. Yeah, you know, my daughter and I looked at that and we thought, my daughter's first impression was, I want to play the game first. And I'm like, okay, I'll wait on that one. And then there was this Beast thing, this challenge, physical challenge show. And my friend said that we should check out these 2 shows, Fallout and the Beast thing. And I told my daughter, and she looks at the trailer and she goes, I don't like the host. He's a dillweed. So both those shows were shot down immediately. One we'll probably never watch together. And the other one we're going to have to wait because she wants to get the game and play the damn game. So there you go. Fallout. And I can dig it. I can totally dig where she's coming from. Check it out and see if we need to wait, right? So maybe she'll get the game and I've played the game a bit and realized that it's just kind of an accessory. I couldn't do Breaking Bad or Brothers of Anarchy because where I grew up and when I grew up, that was all around me. And it's too close to home. It's too close to my own reality. The kid wants to do that one too, right? Yep. Fall Out Boy. Yeah, that's my daughter's favorite band, Fall Out Boy. Yeah, I think she says everything. In fact, Joey, last time he was here, gave her for Christmas the new box set of Fall Out Boy with all the shit in it. And so she's got just a million Fall Out Boy things. Saul. Rick and Morty are Breaking Bad. So there you go. So that's your, yeah. There you go. Yeah, those shows, I'd rather watch Rick and Morty than to watch Breaking Bad or Brothers of Anarchy or Better Tell Saul or Better Get Saul or Saul Tossed Solid. I don't know. It's just too nuh-uh. It's like watching prison movies, you know. I knew too many people that had to go through that, and I don't need to invest my time in watching people in prison, right? I know, what am I going to take notes because I want to go there one day? No. Lamest band ever, right? Shut up, dipshit. You know, to each his own. That's all right. I've seen them twice with my daughter, I believe, or once. I think I've seen him once with my daughter. She's seen him a million times. Better Call Saul, that's it. Better Castrate Saul. yeah, I don't know. I mean, they have a unique sound. They're, she's into emo bands, so all of her stuff is kind of, you know, Pierce the Veil and Motion City Soundtrack and a bunch of different stuff like that. See, now that's where we differ. I hate Guns N' Roses. I loathe Guns N' Roses. If I ran into Axl Rose on the street, I would probably spit on his shoes and say, "That's for that concert I went to, you fucking asshole. Fuck you. Fuck me. Fuck you." So no, I don't do Axl. I don't even do Big Top. I don't know. There was a period, a short period, where it was the coolest thing in the world, and then I got over it when I went to see him live. No, fuck me, fuck you, Axl Rose, dipshit. So yeah, you're never gonna get a box set of that shit from me. I'll tell you that. I wouldn't spend 2 pennies on those fuckers. Not a chance. Not a fucking chance. I'd rather watch Brothers of Anarchy than to fucking listen to that garbage. But compared to Fall Out Boy, I'd rather listen to Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy has done me no wrong. It's good music. I've met some of the band members. They're nice people, you know. No, they're cool. You know, they're not a fucking heroin junkie who decides to come to stage when he wants to come. Fuck him, piece of shit. It was all I could do to keep my father from running down there and jumping on the stage. Everybody has a bad day. He had a bad career, dude. All of his personal choices totally disrupted the band. So I don't for 1 second like Guns N' Roses at all. I don't want to burst your bubble. But no. I'd rather listen to Barry Manilow, dude. No. Who cares? Everybody has a bad... No. It was every tour, every other show. I mean, it was just a constant fucking junkies drama, you know? I was going there to see the fucking Rolling Stones anyway. And then to have to be put through that. The whole fucking audience was so pissed off. They're still touring. Not with my money. And I've seen the video of Fat Boy up there trying to do his thing. The Weezer. Jane's Addiction. Nice. Another band that I'm not really into, but I've never had anything wrong with Jane's Addiction. Took it like an hour to get on stage. Yeah. Yeah, you know, when you're paying hundreds of dollars per seat to go see someone and they're just disrespectful, no, that'll turn me off right there. You know, all a band has to do is say something or do something that kind of goes against my grain. That's it. You're a junkie, I guess you can relate. I'm a junkie. We're all junkies, man. We're just... No, he screwed up, man. I have a friend who does a cover band, a tribute band to Jane's Addiction called Jane's Addicted. And they're out doing stuff right now. We're talking grunge now. We're talking the 90s, because I was not into the music in the 90s. By 95, I was like, I'm done. Jerry's dead. Music on the radio sucks. You know, fuck that. And I just walked away from music for I don't know, maybe 20 years. At least 15 or 20 years. And would only play classics. That's it. That's it. And it was my daughter that got me back into music. She just started, you know, sharing her music with me, and I, of course, we would listen to old classics and oldies and rock and roll and stuff, playing video games around the house and stuff. But we never had a stereo. We never had a turntable or tape player or anything until just a few years ago. Yeah, you know, it was like by 92, I was like, oh, please. I mean, I'm listening to stuff like Black Crowes on the radio and going, so derivative. Let's get something, you know, let's get something rock and roll, but let's fucking rock and roll, man. And it was okay, but it just started to get really weird. So by 95, I'm like, I had latched onto the Grateful Dead a couple of years earlier. So by 95, I wasn't even listening to the radio anymore. I was just listening to Dead tapes and shit. And then for like a year after the Dead, the year after Jerry died, I was still listening, but I was starting to really get into classic rock and roll. I mean, I was the guy walking around the Renaissance Fair with a boombox at night, playing ELO and the Bee Gees and that kind of shit, and you know, tripping people out. And I did that for about 20 years, and just stayed the fuck away from the radio and stayed away from programmed musical taste. I really got into the Black Crowes for like a minute, and then I wasn't buying music at the time. I was listening to music, and there was so much I had to suffer through to get to music that I liked and could appreciate, and I just fell out of it. I just fell away from it all. There's some stuff from the 90s I can't even listen to because it's just such a period of bleh for me, you know. And whether the music is good or not, I was not at the time, and therefore maybe it just brings back too much muck and mire from the past. God, at 7 o'clock, talking about muck and mire. Sheesh. A band of assholes. Yep. Totally. Yeah. Shake your money maker. I'm gonna shake it. I'm gonna shake it on out. I'm gonna shake it to the bathroom and shake the weasel, man, because that coffee is caught up with me. Oh. Totally. All right, people. You know what time it is. It's time to say goodbye. I got to get my act together for the day. So be kind to each other. Spread peace and love, not bullshit, right? Mook and Meyer. Do something nice for yourself today. Do something nice for somebody else. Even if it's like not be an asshole. If that's your go-to attitude, well, just don't be an asshole today. Just be nice. Hey, hi. That's all it takes, all right? Stay weird. Because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you, right? I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna be weird for this guy. Hey, what are you doing? Stay away from me. I don't want to be weird. Just do it, all right? Take care of each other. Spread peace and love, not bullshit. Come on. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I will be back tomorrow to wrap up the week, and we might just hang out for a little bit longer tomorrow. So I love you guys, and I will see you on the flippity flip flop. And until then, take care, and love you, and adios.